Hello everyone, and welcome to English Story Radio channel. Today, I'm excited to share an English story with you. If you enjoy this story and want to see more like it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll be the first to know when I upload new content. Without further ado, let's get started. It was a hot summer day, and Sarah was feeling bored. She had been spending most of her days inside, scrolling through her phone, and she wanted to do something exciting. As she was browsing the internet, she came across an article about a lost city deep in the jungle. Sarah had always been interested in history, and the idea of a lost city sounded fascinating to her. She decided to call her best friend, Tom, and see if he was up for an adventure. "Hey, Tom. What are you up to?" Sarah asked. "Not much, just hanging out at home." "What about you?" Tom replied. "I found something interesting. Do you want to go on an adventure with me?" Sarah said, her voice full of excitement. "What kind of adventure?" Tom asked. "A lost city deep in the jungle. I read about it online. It sounds amazing," Sarah said. Tom was a bit hesitant at first, but he couldn't resist the idea of an adventure. After some convincing, he agreed to join Sarah on her quest to find the lost city. They started their journey early the next day, packing everything they needed for the trip. They had tents, food, water, and all the necessary equipment to survive in the jungle. After several hours of hiking, they reached the entrance to the jungle. They took a deep breath and stepped inside, feeling the humidity and the heat enveloping them. The jungle was dense and full of wildlife, from monkeys and birds to snakes and insects. They had to be careful not to step on anything dangerous, and to keep an eye out for any clues that could lead them to the lost city. They walked for days, navigating through the thick vegetation, and they started to feel tired and hungry. They were about to give up when they spotted something in the distance, a tall, stone structure. Excitedly, they ran towards it, and as they got closer, they realized that it was a temple. They explored the temple and found a map on the wall that showed the way to the lost city. Energized by their discovery, they followed the map and soon found themselves standing in front of the entrance to the lost city. The city was hidden deep in the jungle, and it was full of secrets and mysteries. As they explored the city, they found ancient artifacts and treasures. They also found clues that led them to believe that the city was built by an ancient civilization that was now extinct. Sarah and Tom spent several days exploring the city, taking pictures, and documenting everything they found. They were fascinated by the architecture and the art of the ancient civilization. But their adventure was not without danger. As they were exploring a temple, they triggered a trap that sent them tumbling down a deep hole. They landed in a dark room, injured and scared. After a few hours, they managed to find a way out of the room, and they realized that they were deep underground. They had to find a way back to the surface before it was too late. With no other options, they started climbing up the walls of the underground tunnel. They were exhausted, but they kept going, driven by their desire to survive. Finally, after what seemed like hours of climbing, they saw a light at the end of the tunnel. They climbed faster, and soon they found themselves back in the jungle. Exhausted and injured, they made their way back to civilization, feeling grateful for their survival and the incredible adventure they had just experienced. As they looked back at the jungle, They knew that they had just scratched the surface of the secrets that it held. But they also knew that they had found something truly special, something that would stay with them forever. After recovering from their injuries, Sarah and Tom decided to share their story with the world. They wrote a book about their adventure and the lost city, and it became a bestseller. People from all over the world were fascinated by their story, and they were invited to speak at universities and conferences. They even became celebrities, appearing on TV shows and getting recognized on the street. But despite their newfound fame, Sarah and Tom never forgot the real reason they went on the adventure. It was not about the treasure or the fame, but about the thrill of the unknown and the joy of discovery. Years went by, and Sarah and Tom went their separate ways, but they stayed in touch and talked about their adventure often. They even went on a few more adventures together, exploring new places and uncovering new mysteries. And every time they went on a new adventure, they remembered the lost city and the incredible experience they had. It was a reminder of the power of curiosity and the importance of never giving up, no matter how hard things get. As they looked back on their lives, Sarah and Tom knew that they had lived a life full of excitement and wonder. And they were grateful for every moment of it.